Hi guys, so today I need to talk to you about my dieting journey, my weight loss journey, I guess. So I've lost 30 pounds now of fat. I am really happy. It took me a while to get to this milestone. Not that I was that far, but it was like I was not quite there for quite a while. Like I was really, really close. It took me a lot to get to this. I think partially because I started really diving into the gym, which I talked about in my last video. And I just want to talk about some white pills in my journey, a little bit of hope that I have now. And I'm really hopeful that I'm going into a better place physically. I could not be, of course, just because of the season, just because of the fact that it's about to get very cold here and it's been unseasonably warm here, which has really, really helped me during this time, so thank you, God. But what I want to talk about is essentially, at this point, I weigh 350 pounds, which is nice, okay? Technically, when I was at my biggest, I was in the 380s, but when I started losing weight, I was 374. So I've lost around 25-ish pounds, but if you look at the fat percentage, I'm now 50% fat, 50.9 technically, but it still counts, which means I've lost 30 pounds of fat, which is much more important. As I told you guys before, I don't really consider this just weight loss. I consider it fat loss journey. I think it's much healthier and much more legitimate. So, sorry, my nose is itchy. So that is what I am focusing on. And being at 50%, I have felt differently over the past week or so. First and foremost, I'm recovering a lot easier from the gym now. In October, it was really, really, really hard. It was one of the hardest months I've had with this journey, just on a physical level. I was not feeling good. I was feeling really horrible, very detoxy, estrogen-y, hypo, the whole shebang, really, really tough. Felt like, running against very harsh headwind or walking through molasses. Like, it was tough. It was very horrible. But it wasn't as bad as it was a year prior, and I was able to recover more. And as the weeks have gone by, and I've been going to the gym, my recovery now is pretty basic. Like today, I went to the gym last night. I'm doing fine today. I don't feel super hypo. If anything, I feel warm because I had my coffee. And I feel pretty positive and upbeat. And for a long time, I was feeling very, very depressed without having candy at all. So I had to, like I told you guys, I was really straddling, like I was reducing the candy but not eliminating it because I needed that sugar and that high fructose corn syrup to boost my thyroid, which I got into a little bit of a spat on my YouTube channel about high fructose corn syrup and how I don't believe it's evil. I don't. The only food that would be evil, quote unquote, would be vegetable oils, seed oils. Those would be evil for your body. But everything else, it can work in a diet or not, right? My mom, she's done pretty well, even having some sourdough bread. I can't have bread, but she can, you know what I mean? So it's like you have to kind of think about it. Even though bread has its own issues, it's kind of estrogen-y. So I wouldn't suggest it right at the start, or if you have a cirrhotic liver or, an extremely fatty liver. If your liver's weaker, it's not the best. But if you don't, if your liver's fine, it's not going to kill you, you know what I mean? So I think people, they don't understand that weight loss, fat loss, thyroid journey, etc., it goes through different phases at different points. And I've tried to reiterate this a lot throughout my journey because I think it's one of the most important points. And at this point, my thyroid is doing really well, at least with the warmer weather, with that caveat. And so I don't need candy anymore. I haven't been having it since the last time I had it was the day after Halloween. It's now the 9th, and it's been like, around a week, and I feel really good. Like, I don't feel depressed. I feel strong. I feel very, happy and hopeful and these kind of things. And I don't feel low energy or anything. And I just, I really feel like it's because I got to that 50% of fat. I think, having that body composition where it's, half this, half that, it's equal now. Like before, the fat was higher, so it was like more, the estrogen and hormones were more powerful. And so now, as it goes further down, my weight loss journey should become more and more typical, and I should have less and less of these symptoms, less and less of these side effects. And I'm really hopeful for that. Like I said, with the caveat of the colder weather. I do need to see how I do in the cold. It's going to be cold in a few days. I think starting tomorrow it gets really cold, especially by Saturday. It gets very cold here. So we're going totally into winter mode, basically, or getting towards that wintry mode in a couple days. So I'm going to have to see how I do then. If I get moon face, if I feel depressed, if I feel all these things, I will let you guys know. But all things considered, I'm doing pretty well. The days are shorter. I feel hopeful. I feel good. I'm recovering from the gym really well. I was even able to start going to the gym once every 4 days rather than once every 5. That's huge. So that's like an entire day of recovery that's faster. That's a huge deal. So I'm really, really happy with that. And it just feels really good to be making the progress. I've really fought really hard for this recovery since March of 2021. And it's just like to finally feel like I see the light at the end of the tunnel, or I feel like I don't feel as depressed or low energy or as hypo, just to see that. It's like, wow. Like, I know now that even if it goes back a bit in winter, when the spring and the summer come, I'm going to be fine. I know that I'm going to be completely fine. And I'm going to feel great when the heat comes back. So that is a white pill for me. That even if things do get tough over the winter, I know that I'm going to be okay on the other side. And by next winter, I don't think I'm going to have to worry anymore. So I'm really straddling two different worlds right now. But as as my fat goes down, I feel like I am reclaiming more of my youth. I'm reclaiming more of how I used to feel and how things were easier and that levity. And, I'm having fun talking with my friends, and I'm joking and I'm laughing and I'm in my troll mode, and I'm doing my stuff, and I'm, doing my catty shit talk and just all this shit that is me. And it's like, I feel like I'm really coming back, and I'm really motivated to do my YouTube channel and to continue down this path. And I feel hopeful, honestly. I wasn't expecting that, especially not at this time of the year when it was so difficult last year at this time. So I'm really happy to report this to you guys, that it's getting better. At least it will be in the future. So we're gonna go into winter. We're gonna see if I get moon face. We're gonna see if, all this stuff slows down and I plateau, and, if I make a video in February and I'm like, I have to do maintenance, I can't do this anymore. That was one thing too. I noticed my dark eye circles, they were very dark. Very dark. I was starting to look, and I still think that they're really dark. I think just because my liver is processing a lot of the fat and, all the stuff that's released when you go to the gym. And it's like, I look like a zombie sometimes, but it's okay. But I do feel like I am kind of breaking through a bit with that 50% fat. So I'm really excited to continue to report. So 350 pounds, 50% fat, 50.9. And I hope to report good things in the future. But all I can tell you now is I am pretty well adjusted to the gym. I'm doing well in that regard. And I think there are some white pills, all things considered. And like I said, no matter what ends up happening this winter, I know when the heat comes, I'm going to be fine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys another day. Bye.